Thank you for tuning into the highlights of round number 4 of the historic road racing championship for the famous tourist trophy race at Dundrod. Big thanks as always to Just Race for hosting the servers for this championship and to SimplyRace for covering the event. Links to the full broadcast and my point of view can be found in the description. Now, as the season heats up in its second half, it's time for some classic head-to-head racing. So let's head over to Aidan Millward & Co. to see how it all played out.
Today we go from the insanity of the Isle of Man just over the Irish Sea into Northern Ireland for the Dundrod round of the season, the home of the Ulster Grand Prix. It's a narrow track, it's about 7.5 miles long, and there's barely enough room to get by, so things are going to need to be calculated and also careful. Now, usually the home of bikes, this will play host to the majestic 1954 sports cars you've come to know and love over the course of this season, but who will prevail on the Emerald Isle? To find out, let's watch together with this whole shebang hosted by me, Aidan Millward, and joining me is the equally majestic Alex Goldschmidt. Alex, welcome to your first round of HRRC.
Thank you very much, Aidan. Good afternoon, everybody. Of course, Dundrod ran sports cars between 5 times, between 50 and 55, and the late Sir Sterling Moss picked up 3 of those victories. But yeah, this circuit, incredibly tight, and that's what's going to be interesting over the next couple of hours of racing, Aidan.
A 2-litre class car is currently on provisional pole. So the 2 litres must be able to just absolutely lob themselves through the corners with that lack of weight.
I think also with the amount of control that you'll have with the 2 litres in comparison with the 5 litre, that's going to be a bit more heavy. Nose heavy. So, yeah, I mean, looking at the standings here, great to see a familiar face in the form of Jurnej Simoncic, who I don't think is competing today, but yeah, still anything's up for grabs with this and 2 more rounds to go.
Yeah, they do have 2 drop rounds, remember, so Jurnej can afford to miss a couple of rounds. He's still there on 14 points. Jake, GPLaps, Richie Axelson, whichever name you want to apply to him, we'll just call him Jake because we know who he is, sitting at the top of his own league, not suspicious at all, with 19 points. We've got Jackson Robillard down there, the other American in the 5-litre class, he's there on 12, but the people that we need to look at are down there in sort of 7th. Askari Kantonen, who is currently on provisional pole as we speak. Time's sort of really close around there, so we need to look out for him. There is a potential that he could end up being within the fight to take the overall championship win. 3 litres, the middle class, as it were. Rajasu commanding lead at the top there because Eduardo Beninca missed the first round, but Beninca's still there on 12. Mark Zidler on 8. Franek Godrecki on 6. Toby Johnson also on 6. And then Martin Bayer, Nitramson, Ariel Diaz on 4, and then Valentin Iliev and Matt Wright on 3 after just 3 rounds with 3 to go. Subwolf 07, he leads the 2-litre class ahead of Jake Britton. Askari Kantonen missed the first round, had some issues at Isle of Man, but took a commanding win at Spa, so he's leading that little championship there, so I expect him to go up. Also down there, Reece Gardner couldn't be here today, as you might have seen on Twitter. There was a little bit of an issue with his sort of sim racing hangout, as it were. Hopefully that Reece's stuff is all okay and that he gets all that sorted and comes back for Targa Florio later on in the year. This is going to be quite interesting. I've never seen this actually pulled off in a sim before. Got 4 seconds. Here come the lights. I say lights, and we're away. Proper Le Mans start. That guy's going to have to move, and now he's dead as Jackson Robillard gets away. Askari Kantonen appears to have got the best start of everybody else. He's into an immediate lead as we're just trying to see what happens in the background. As we see yellow in Sector 1 already. Someone's already had an accident. Askari Kantonen's been out-dragged by Jake up the main straight here. Some of these things are going to flap around as different classes end up being in the lead or behind or whatever. We've seen how jumbled up everything is, but I think everything is okay for now, Alex.
Mark Seaver's just DNF'd. There was a massive incident where they actually pulled out of the pit lane. I think probably a 3-car incident. So Mark Seaver's already he's already DNF'd, and he was 19th in pre-qualifying. So that's the first casualty, and we're not even a minute into the race. But yeah, Askari Kantonen currently leading the way in the 2-litre class. We've got Ewan Bugia down in the 217 in the wonderful Gordinis. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, it's basically what's happened is that the cars were released under fake names, and then we've just put the real ones in, so you know what's what. Sometimes it will flick over, just limitations in the broadcasting system at the minute, but beautiful French colours as well. And you can just see that Owen Boisier was sniffing, but didn't actually try and lunge his car into anything, because it's barely wide enough for 2.5 cars. So like I say, this place is more suited for motorbikes, but we've got Jake leading by about 3/4 of a second from Robillard. I think Robillard has actually got into second overall. So on the straights, 5 litres have got the advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about the top speeds of these cars, I mean, some of the Jaguar D type has the VMAX, so like top pegging, about 277 kilometres an hour. Austin Birchfield, just being told, is continuing on with 3 wheels on the wagon. Hopefully it's not on rear drivetrain, it's on steering. That's going to be an even bigger problem to try and steer it, depending on which side of the axle it's on.
Well, we know where Michael Schumacher copied it from. If he's driving on 3 wheels, he's going to have to get that fixed as quickly as possible. But we saw people try to finish with like 3 wheels at the Isle of Man, because you might as well stay on the track and try and finish. But 5 litres definitely pulling away. I think Scooby might have actually got to third overall right now. We're just trying to see where everything is. We don't really have a tick or any live timer, but Austin has just been DNF'd, I've been reliably informed. So we've lost 2 drivers, and we're not even 5 minutes into the race. Beautiful to watch, and is that traffic in the background that's just been part of the scenery, or is that actually? Oh, it's actually Martin Bayer, who has got full James May and got a little bit lost.
Well, he's done a bit of a captain slow.
I think he's just overshot the corner there, and rejoins, waiting for the traffic to go by. And here is the hairpin, so expect a Scandi flick from Ascari Kantonen. Handbrake. Nope, he's just going to do a... Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
it kind
Show
of
off. That's the end of the first lap. Putting some decent speed. And the Robillard in the Ferrari, and Jake in the Jag. Now, Jake's going to have disc brakes. Robillard's got drum brakes. As this looks like it might be an overtake for the lead.
Yeah, side by side of the pair. Jackson Robillard keeping to the right-hand side, and just literally flies past Jake as if he's standing still a little bit there, but that's quite a surprise. But yeah, to have drum and disc brakes on respective cars, I mean, I would think the Jaguar would probably have the better run in the braking zones with those disc brakes.
We might see it catch up here as they slow up. But in general, the Ferrari has got the top speed. We noticed at Longford and also at Spa, the Ferraris had the upper hand. At Longford, most of the Ferraris had issues, so the Jag ended up winning that. But it was basically the Ferrari show at Spa, and the Ferrari also won at the Isle of Man. So it's all adding up, and that is Ascari Kantonen now on the back of Jackson Robillard. But expect that Ferrari to pull away in a minute.
Yeah, I think through the twistiest stuff here at Dundrod, that Ascari's going to have the better handling. He's been throwing that car, that Maserati A6 GCS, like nobody's business. But that's one bit. I was wondering whether there was going to be someone with a few, maybe at least the front axle, as Bugier goes completely 4 wheels into the air of the Gordini. That's brilliant stuff. Just to see, they're pushing over the best part of 120, 125 miles an hour.
As you see, class leaders Jake, Kantonen and Bugier just approaching the 10-minute mark. Whoa, that's wide. That's very wide.
That was Jake.
Is he alive? He's not alive. He's gone.
Oh, no, that's
Robillard, I think.
Oh, well, that was that. I thought no, that was the number 200, I believe. There. I think so that's Liam Dolan. Liam Dolan. As Robillard's lost the left.
Now he's lost it. New neck, please. What happened here? Okay, this is Jackson Robillard. No, sorry, not Jackson Robillard. This is the prelude to Jackson Robillard. That was cancelling, getting out of the way, I think.
And that was Liam Dolan that actually cut across Robillard, and that's why he got 3 wheels on the wagon. You can see the sparks flying from the left front, hits the bank, and onto the deck he goes.
I know it's a virtual driver and a virtual car, but that still makes me wince.
So what that means, folks, is Oskari Kantonen is going to try and see if he can reel in. It's going to be a tall order, but he's got an hour and 50 minutes to do it to get past Jake for the race lead overall.
Also figure out who's last one, but leading overall in the 2 litre class. So that ahead of him is a 3 litre class car. Going to start moving up the overall standings as we've done about 12 minutes of this race, and everything's happening at the minute.
As Real Deal God is right up the back bumper of somebody else as they're about to cross the line for another lap completed. That's the 165 and Nully. This is going to be a running joke now. Yellow's out in sector 1 and it's out again. And Ascari is up to second overall, but still leading the 2 litre class. But yeah,
well,
got a battle for
that 165 is Benjamin Lakazi.
Yeah.
Who's currently second. Real Deal God loses out there. Simon Freilich, that's a name that I've been seeing a lot of recently in our Factor 2. It's great to see him here, and that's the other good thing about with we were talking about the likes of Enzo Fazzi, Nico Hillebrand, and Jene Simoncic, is that the guys that do a lot of the top level R Factor 2 championships like Formula Pro, Formula Challenge, FSR, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You'd think they would turn up, take it super, super seriously, do millions and millions of laps, and then just run away with it. And that hasn't been the case. They've turned up, they're having a laugh, it's all banter, and they're just here to have some fun because it's, let's be honest, it's different. There's so much GT3 stuff out there, there's so much endurance stuff out there. Nobody's really done this, and certainly nobody's ever done a proper time trial in R Factor 2, and this has had so much hype around it. A lot of people have been talking about it, a lot of people are definitely interested in it. So to see the pro esports guys turn up and have fun, even better. Speaking of flinging it in, the Tramsen flinging it in. Wild chase. Oh, that's Real Deal God, beached on the side of the road. Needs to call the AA and get that pulled out. Other breakdown services are available, of course. The Tramsen 4th in the 3 litre class, chasing down some guys as Stolzer. Again, Kasper Stolzer, another top name in our Factor 2 racing, sets the fastest time in the 4 litre class. Sorry, not 4 litre, 3 litre class, with a 4:20. Nice. There he is. Sparks flying. And if he's in the right spot, could give Real Deal God that little bit of a knock that puts him back onto the track. There's the wheel, or a wheel. Oh, there's someone else.
There's a car. I've just seen a car in front. That looks like a Gordini. Oh, that's
the same spot.
Ah, right. I was just trying to pick out that number. Was that probably Benjamin Lakazi?
I think it was. That's what's just going through. And he's out. Finally, he's got it off.
He's had an assist. Did
Lakazi knock him back into the right place? If so.
Yeah, but look, can you see there's a wheel in the front suspension arm as well? Lakazi has gone off at the same point. Look, he's just mounted the grassy verge on the inside, and he's got 3 wheels on that wagon. He probably was trying to think, I'm going to take it nice and serenely through this corner. No,
is that Jack damaged?
Yes.
He was near the end of the lap anyway, so he can get that fixed and carry on. So that's all good. Coming on to more pressing matters, I mean, Jake still has got Oskar Kantonen, and Kantonen's still keeping with him. That's a great run by the 332. Sim Mad Paul was just had a bit of a whoopsie. He's pulled off to the side of the road. Martin Bayer, 8th overall. He's in behind Morea. So again, we've got the 3 litre on the back. Oh, he's overcooked it. 3 litre. Ariel Diaz tumbling down the timing screens there because he's out. But there you can see all your retirements there at the bottom. But Martin Bayer in a 3 litre chasing down a 5 litre, showing how the cars are all over the place here. How they're doing that, or they're just winging it, or any of that. Probably on a bit of a wing and a prayer, Aidan, I think. It's like, let's just go flat, chat, foot to the floor,
200, 140, 145 miles an hour. Yep, sideways. Love it.
Like that.
The mad Paul, and he.
Oh no. No. No.
Whee! That was Mamsak who got through there. And the 363. Oh, this is a lovely onboard shot. Really wonderful. Just giving us an idea of how small the room for overtaking is around this circuit. It's absolutely phenomenal. And just see the probably the brightest, greenest bonnet on a car, I think, out of the entire field from Doc Slappy. And look how close he gets to the grass verges on the inside of that right-hand kink he's just gone through. Now into the left, down the hill where the car's going to gather speed. Now it's a sweeping right, up another incline, and then a nice little bit of foot to the floor action with a gradual left-hand kink. But there's a little bit coming up here where they're going to go back underneath the trees. And you can still hear that Doc Slappy here, Aidan, has not lifted.
No. Must be a replay of Bergier. Oh, it's overcooked it. And hit the world's most solid barbed wire fence. Destructible scenery when?
Never.
Oh, maybe these things are like more difficult to drive than I thought, as we see Rajasu chasing somebody down for another position here.
Yeah, that is for what looks to be 17th overall. Rajasu in the Gordini T24S. About 0.3 of a second behind, and Ascari has just done his normal service pit stop, and he's out of the pits ahead of Simon Frelick. Rajasu has made the move. That was on the 374 car, Slide By Night, the Maserati 3 litre. So Rajasu had a real good amount of momentum carry, and through into the shot comes the 160 of Jose Drives and the Ferrari 375 Emilia 5 litre car. But there's Ascari, and there's Simon Frelick not too far behind, another yellow out in sector 1. Does that mean
Frelick
was on the wagon of... Yep, Frelick's gone off. And as I said that, he was getting closer and closer.
Got Eduardo Beninca chasing down Woodcock here. And then Bogatirev in behind that, so still that three-way scrap. There was a Real Deal chasing them down.
Feels like the World Cup, doesn't it? Like a World Cup semi-final, the Netherlands versus Brazil.
But no Italy. Bayer in the pit lane. That's Jake back into third place, 13.7 behind Frelick. So he's lost so much time with that pit stop problem that he had. Can't park there, mate. If he ends up finishing even down there, because he'll get class points. Whoa, see ya.
Oh, that was was that the 374? That was. Oh, dearie me. That was a big Code Brown moment right there. That was Slide By Night.
Well, Scari almost wiped himself out on that.
Dearie me.
So a few near misses for Ascari. I think he'll need to buy a Euro Millions ticket after this, because the amount of luck he's had. Spa was good. This is even better. As we see replay of... Oh, this is in the Tramsen. Oh, that's the worst place. So basically what happened there, ladies and gentlemen, is he hit the concrete of the bridge.
I've actually got a question to the folks out there. Do you think we're going to be less than 20 cars by the end of this race? We've still got 58 minutes to go. Could that happen? I mean, with the amount of yellows in sector 1. Oh, Silver Wolf right by the back bumper of Mamshak there. Nearly got through. This is way too close to call here, Aidan. This is brilliant. Silver Wolf is through. I think we've got Mantis just behind them in the Jag. SC. Oh.
Oof.
Oh.
Deja vu. Oh, so he's broadside. Oh, so he spun and stalled that. And here comes the train. Choo choo. Dead.
Yeet. And Frank lost a wheel. Rajasu lost a wheel and the suspension upright.
He would have lost a lot more in real life. Oh, I've just seen it on the stream catching up.
Yeah.
20 seconds between Canton and Jake. So Jake should take the lead back again when the pit stops roll around. The final part of the track is Darren Andrews fighting for position and takes that pretty easily. That's Bogatriev. He's gone past. No, hasn't it? It's Kotliaski. I'm butchering names, but Englishman butchers foreign name. What do you expect?
Standard.
He's got his pit menu up and it says damage, do not repair. Whoa! See ya, Doc Slappy. He's going to need a chiropractor stat.
That I just clocked the number of the car. That was Simon Frelick actually. That he just went past him.
Which he has. I don't think that car's running. He's probably trying to find the ignition. Oh, there we go.
Oh, he's got it going.
I stalled it again. Nobody coming. All good. Style it out. Pretend it never happened. All good.
Carry on regardless.
Well, Ascari pre-qualified with a 4:15.2. The next car, which was Simon Frelick, was a 4:20.1. So 5 seconds. Nearest makes no difference between first and second in that class. Conversely, Jake from Jackson was 2 seconds. As Kantonen makes his stop. Let's see what happens here then. I mean, it was an 80-second gap when Jake pitted, so gonna have a massive extra doubt moment that he'll overtake him here. No undercut is that powerful.
No.
As Ascari Kantonen gets his Tommy Mackinnon on through the hairpin again.
Channeling his inner Juha Kankkunen.
28 seconds gap between Jake and Kantonen in front. Maybe we should start calling Kantonen and Alberto Oscari because he's that good. Where Group B died.
Yeah, with the Lancia Delta S4.
Oh, see ya.
Oh, dearie.
That's Silverwolf
getting
another
lost.
one going too far forward.
Oopsie.
That's trespassing. At least you can see the traffic coming towards you.
It's true.
That's a freebie for Morea there. He's pulled 18 seconds on him already, and Simmad Paul now having a look at Silverwolf again in a faster class car. So Silverwolf might lose another position here.
And the 375 plus, Simon Frelick, Rupert Korkipa. Oh, Scooby, as I say that, he's just put it on the deck.
He might be able to flip that over again, but we'll see what happens. But commentators curse the life out of him. That is it driving in a straight line? As we see another person that's been hit each other.
That's real deal God, I think, that was
it is.
All of that, and then 374 was there too.
I think that car is driving okay. Well, it's a bit slidey, but I think it should be all right with 5 minutes to go. Got 2 laps remaining, pretty much. Past the horses in the fields. Should be only a couple more corners left. This is the final corner. And Ascari Canton is going to be the first non-5 litre winner in the HRRC this season. Pole honks the horn, and he's taken the win from GPLaps, who we'll expect to cross the line in a bit. And then 114 seconds behind Jake is Martin Bayer. So we will have all 3 classes on the podium as well for the first time this season. Probably not in the order we'd expect. You'd expect 5, 3, 2, but it's 2, 5, 3, which is even more insane to think about. But to see the spread of the classes this time round compared to all the others where it was 5, 3, 2. But Jake takes second place. He'll be happy with that. Some extra points on the board because of the absence of people like Enzo Fazzi and Jene Simoncic.
Like little cheek of the horn as Martin Bayer comes out of the final corner and picks up the victory in the 3 litre class, rounds out the overall podium. What a great result for the German driver in the Gordini.
And so there it is, the final results from Dundrod. Ascari Cantonen wins in the 2 litre Maserati. An overall win for the 2 litre class, something we didn't maybe think we'd see this season, but finishing some 37 seconds ahead of myself in second place. But second place overall, still pick up the win in the 5 litre class, and it was Martin Bayer finishing in third overall in the 3 litres and picking up the win there. So an eclectic podium at Dundrod with one of each class filling out all the steps. But in the 5 litre class, it was Scooby rallying back to a 4th place finish and second in class, with Morea and another Jag D-Type, 3rd step of the podium. And second in the 3 litre class was Rupe and his Aston Martin, with Simmad Paul finishing 3rd. And for the 2 litres, it was Simon Freilich some 3.5 minutes behind Ascari, finishing in second in that 2 litre class. And Silberwolf continues a season of consistency, picking up the 3rd step of the podium. And so in the overall championship points, we've completed 4 rounds of the season and we'll start dropping races from here. But I lead the way quite handily over the rest of the field with 26 points, and so it'll be up to the others to play some catch up, but with the drop races, things will end up being much closer than it looks like. Ascari Cantonen catapults himself into 4th overall with that win here today, and with a couple rounds to go, could still be at play for quite a good finish overall in that 2 litre car. And in the Manufacturers' Championship, it's as tight as ever between Ferrari and Jaguar, just 1 point apart going into the final 2 rounds with drop races to play. The 5 litre championship looks very much the same as the overall standings, but I was able to pick up the full 9 points for winning the 5 litre class and getting the fastest pre-qualifying time. So it'll be difficult at this stage for anybody else to catch up, but Jerne and Jackson are certainly not out of it. Despite the major incident in DNF, Rujatsu still leads the way in the 3 litre category ahead of Eduardo Benica, and Martin Bayer now up into 3rd with the win he picked up here. In the 2 litres, it's of course Ascari Cantonen leading the way, but Silberwolf is not far behind with that consistent season like we said. Seems like it's all up for those 2 to decide. But with the next round at the Targa Florio, the 2 litre class may be well positioned to be the most competitive overall. And finally, with the Hot Lap Championship, Ascari's now defined himself as the leader, and with 2 points on the line for the pre-qualifying at Targa, it's set to be quite the busy week. So that wraps up round number 4 of the historic road racing championship from Dundrod, an event which saw a record high amount of incidents racing these classic sports cars on such a tight course. But up next, we head to the granddaddy of them all, the Targa Florio, for the second time trial event of the season. So until then, thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time.